a vertical, which is the regular one, vertical. Warning. Anyways, so taking some cues from my former roomie here. She used to do some pretty gross stuff, but a couple things. She used to like to buy pastries from the delis, wherever. And so I've been getting like she would get like the single serve stuff. So I've been getting like full pie or cake or whatever. A while back, I was making cobbler a bunch, but actually, you're not gonna believe it. I bought like a 12 pack of jambalaya. It was like over a year ago, and I still haven't used it all. And then people sent me more Zatarans during that time. So, anyways, one thing about Grammy is that she never really had a budget. She would always act like, she was hard off, but anytime she went out somewhere, she thought she could buy the place. Not in a like bougie way, in a very cheap, tacky sort of way. She would like walk away with the whole store. And anyways, so this place used to be a sty, right? But you gotta take note of like things that seem to populate or, like seem to be attracted to the space. So I got my grocery money, and what I do, I bought a bunch of sausage, man. And you know what else I know about things? I used to watch Golden Girls. All right? I know people like cheesecake. So I basically just bought a bunch of sausage and cheesecake. And, it isn't the healthiest thing, but as far as like being someone who constantly seems to have provisions, which I think is funny because like I want that new. Shout out to Touch of Class. If you know, you know. Anyways, so yeah, I just thought maybe you guys wanted to see a kitchen tour. What's keeping me here at this time? I think it's funny. I was just saying, like I would love to like, go off on a bike maybe because it's so hot, actually. And, I was just saying like I learned to do things a certain way, based on fitting in between the space between the walls. You can't bounce off of the walls. So anyways, I learned to do things a certain way, and it's just that I notice in my like posture that I'm being held a certain way by this space. And so anyways, you say, I don't know what you would argue else that I should have got, like raw chicken or something. I don't know. But anyways, my freezer's like weird right now. I just got some microwavable pancakes and a pizza. This is a French fry crust pizza by Tombstone. I haven't had that before. I don't know, it's gross. These are protein pancakes. I know how to make pancakes. I make pancakes pretty good. But I felt like this space was asking for that. So that's what I did. Little thing about me, I love a flat of shelf-stable milk. I've bought Silk a bunch of times. So I got 2 flats of milk. I still have 2 cartons of eggs. Coconut cake, a cheesecake, a freaking bunch of sausage, man. And I did some crazy stuff here. Like I have Zatarain's sausage for Zatarain's silly stuff. I got all different stuff. And I do not want to eat that much jambalaya. I don't know. I just feel like the more I can do to like just, that's my clean clothes, by the way. To just like pretend like there's no problem. But I like other things that I don't make. So that's a problem. Weird. It's weird. My neighbor, because I was out of cell reception, so I asked him if he would phone home for me, and he like gave me a bunch of random cans of stuff, and I don't know what to do about it, but I have a bunch of boxes of pasta in a hidden place. I have a hidden stash of cookies, and I have a hidden tub of Dolly Parton icing, but it's for an undisclosed, I don't know. Yeah, I'm expecting Yankee Trader. I just got a freaking like pound of butter mints, and even though I've not been acknowledged for my clothing budget, I bought another pack of socks in pastel colors. Yes. So that's where I'm at. 'Tis the sleason. And yeah, I mean, like, you would say it's enough for you. You would. But guess who's here? Me. Guess who did me? So anyways, no, like I know, but like also then you just don't seriously want to know, because it's such a labor eating jambalaya. It takes a long time to cook it because sausage is like already cooked, so you have to do it until you feel differently about it, and it doesn't really cook very well. So it's just ridiculous. Boiling so much water with rice. It's not how I usually cook rice. I don't usually put so much water in there. But anyways, it's really annoying. And then I'm just feeling all the times that I am refusing to cook with cheesecake. But I know someone's jealous, so I would like to be maybe, you know, a northern coast, but You know, I'm holding it down. It snowed here, you know, in January. It's not impossible, you know, and it's happened before too. Like, I don't know, it was like 15 years ago or something. In Gulf Breeze, I was here for that. So, you know, the thing is that maybe y'all just don't really know, you know, like, it takes effort to be cool, and it takes effort as much as it does to, you know, to be hot, you know, like, I was always making sure I had a fresh bikini, you know what I mean? And then I kept an even tan and stuff like this. I had my freaking hair products in my beach bag, and I was like, oh, I can go like 24 hours now, you know? But times have changed. So I just wanted to say that, you know, holding it down is great, but ultimately, if that's because you're not mobile, then, you know, that is a problem, actually. So, it's great. I used to, you know, love these little, like, flat shoes and night shoes when I had a car. I used to buy so many high heels. I never really planned on wearing them during the day so much. You know, they were like my going out shoes. Oh my gosh. But now I think of myself like a Charlie's Angel. And every shoe I put on is like glued to my foot until they are worn beyond, like, you know, anything amusing, you know. And you wouldn't believe it, but I posted a few pairs of shoes that I wore since I lived here for too long, and I actually think people like it. It's sick. It's mean. Trying to get a new pair of shoes. You don't understand that. Jeez. Been thinking about my quarterly capsule already. I post this on Threads. And a couple of things that would lift it off of me here, that I felt would lift it off of me here. One was a very large candlestick, and another was a pair of velvet midi length boots, like small heel boots. Let me tell you, the absence is marked. Anyways, still trying to get that perfect underwear fit. You know, it's a real struggle. That nice, like, thick sock. Oh my gosh, this is a good time for looking for the ones, the like chunky looking, like crochet looking socks, but they're not crochet. But anyways, oh my gosh, I used to have this scarf that was like literally, it was like 6 feet long and like a foot wide. It was like white and fuzzy, like super thick knit scarf. But I was traveling and it was like literally so big, so I couldn't take it. But a really fun piece to have. I mostly just think about being a weathered person these days. I don't think about fashion really unless I think people aren't being active enough that I can get away with claiming that a platform boot is activewear, which I have done. But, you know, so, you know, I'm talking like Jeffrey Campbell kind of like, you know, decorative situation. for like how little, you know, I get out, like acting like, you know, it's so serious, uh, but I be trying so much. That's the thing. I really do. Oh, a mile in, you know, the brightest sun of summer. Let's go. So that's something to consider, you know. Um, it's like I never had to get around like this before. There's always been, because nobody was like doing chores, and so people would just like get something new, whether it be like cheap, you know, $20 or whatever here or there, but like people would just get new stuff rather than wash what they had. But I'm doing laundry right now, so you know, I'm 33, not 23, so you know, I don't need 100 pairs of shoes, but I think people should be a little bit more conscientious of the seasons, and do more of their part to participate in the, you know, formality, you know. I mean, I just went for bathing suits because it seemed like the cheapest way to go. But if that's not your problem, then hey. Anyways, no, about uh decorum. Yes. All right.